yeah, ha, yeah. Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up.
Welcome back to the show. My guy Ash is in. Why's your face like that, my guy?
You hype, bro. I'm hyped for you.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
You know?
I appreciate the reciprocation of energy. Yo, how'd you feel, man? LeBron hourglass, New York Knicks towel around his neck. Did you realize he did a post-game interview with the Knicks towel around his neck, trying to send a message to the organization? And you know what? No trades happened.
Good.
But I think they're stringing LeBron along. They're saying in the offseason we might make a move. Or the buyout market, we might make a move. But I don't know, man. I don't know if LeBron's happy. I don't know if the Lakers are happy. I don't even know what's going on, man.
I mean, the only way it would have worked is if they just gave up all their picks. Like that team as constructed is exactly what they every single person on that team is what they need to even have a chance of winning a championship with LeBron. So I think that's why they held out. They didn't want to trade their pieces, you know. And the Lakers, man, like they're never trying to go into rebuilding mode.
It's true.
So
I think Luka's next, bro.
To go where? To Lakers?
Eventually. This is not like a new thing. They're gonna get a superstar.
They're gonna get a superstar.
Like, well, it's like Kareem, it's Shaq.
It's just
LeBron.
that's like the most un-Laker like superstar. You know what I mean?
Fair.
So like it for me, I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just like, it's such a weird thing. Like LA is, you know,
I understand,
it's a specific type of town.
I mean, it's also a weird thing that the last 5 MVPs have been international players, so it kind of goes with the zeitgeist as well.
I guess so, man. You know, like where are the American players, man? Who y'all got? Y'all got
It's
Chet. Y'all got Cooper Flag. That's all y'all got. That's your last hope. That's the last hope, man.
Man, we talked about, we're not going to get into the Ant-Man thing. But, you know, Ant-Man's in the mix for that, to be that guy, be an MVP.
Yeah, yo.
That's about it, though. Who else?
Ant's got to figure out what he's doing at the end of the game. That's what Ant needs to do. You know what I mean? Like you can't give me 46 minutes and then the last 2 minutes turnover prone, not understand. Like that's his Achilles heel. But at the same time, he's still young. You know? I had an argument with the dude the other day that was like, we were talking about.
You had an argument?
Of course.
Oh, you? I couldn't.
This dude was trying to tell me that Kobe was in his prime when he was playing against the Portland Trailblazers at 21 years old.
Somebody mentions Kobe around Ash, there's a good chance there's going to be an argument to be had.
Bro, but at the same time, he was telling me that Kobe was in his prime in the year 2000.
Yeah, no, he wasn't in his prime.
I was like, he was a great player. That wasn't his prime. He was 21 years old. That's like saying Ant was in his prime last year.
What would you think, like 04 to 08?
Yeah, his prime was, I mean, honestly, is to probably 2010. I mean, he won championship 2010 and went to and 29 in 2010. And
Yeah.
those are still prime Kobe years. I mean, honestly, Kobe was prime till 2013, till the Achilles. Like, dog, the shit, he had arguably one of his best seasons ever, 2013, the year he tore his Achilles. But he was doing everything for that team to get into the playoffs.
Statue up today as we record this.
Exactly, man. 81. I wasn't fucking with the pose, but, you know, Kobe asked for it. Kobe said that's what he wanted.
Set you straight.
Kobe said that game was the most important game of his entire career. And, you know, people think for selfish reasons, but it's not. It's because his grandmother, who he loved so much, was the only game she ever attended to live. He happened to go off for 81 that game. So it means a lot to him. So that's the game he chose. I mean, it's so fitting for Kobe to know that there's going to be a statue, and he'd already told Vanessa, this is exactly what I wanted. So when the Lakers organization reached out to her, she was like, yeah, Kobe already knew this was going to happen, and he already knows exactly what pose he wants.
That is interesting.
That's a Kobe. That's a very Kobe-like thing. You know, Kobe also predicted that he was going to die young, or he wanted
Did
to
he
die
really?
young. Yeah. I mean, I think that, when he said it, he was really young, so it didn't really factor in who he was going to be at that age. But he told Tracy McGrady when they were like 19 and 20, he wanted to have an amazing career, and then he wanted to be immortalized dying young.
Not to always take this to Pete Maravich, but you always take it to Kobe. I think like when he was 30, he said, "I don't want to."
He's gonna die at 40.
Yeah, like I'm playing basketball. Like we could Google that.
No, he did.
Yeah,
no, he did. He did.
yeah.
100% positive. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pete Maravich predicted his death as well too.
That's
40 years old, died at 40.
Yeah, and he was on a basketball court. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Pete was I just heard a statement today by who said it. I forget. They say he was by far the most out of shape athlete he's ever played against in his entire
really,
life.
because that's interesting. Because as a kid, he was absolutely obsessed with playing basketball, and if you're playing basketball for that long, you're usually in shape.
I don't think he liked the NBA though. I think
Fair.
that's
No, I read
I
his
think he loved
autobiography.
basketball, but I don't think he liked the NBA.
He didn't like the business part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he also was like he was like an advocate for he was an early advocate for black players, which you got to respect. He felt like some of his black teammates were getting unfairly treated, and he had compromised some of his own relationships with some of the players. I mean, the coaches and whatnot on the team, fighting for other black players to get paid more, get treated better. Especially when he was in Utah, which is historically a racist place. So shout out to Pete Maravich.
Definitely shout out to Pete Maravich. A visionary in more than one.
He was definitely. But he super out of shape apparently as an NBA player. Like
I mean, he had
like
bad
not
knee-
fat,
He
but
had
like
bad
just
knee
like
stuff,
didn't work out, didn't train. Just
Yeah.
naturally talented.
Yeah, I mean, he in some ways he wasn't he was naturally talented because he was 6'5", he was athletic, he could play, but like he put an inordinate amount of time into playing basketball when he was a kid. Like that's well documented.
Yeah.
And as like I'm totally obsessed, like a basketball robot, because his father just coached him all the way up. But I wanted to shift to All-Star Weekend. I know, like not even
Indiana.
Oh, but we got Cali next too. I think it's Bay Area and then LA. LA.
Yeah, they should just have it in LA every year.
Yeah.
Or Vegas.
Trust me. LA's
That's what Stephen A says. He said just do it in Vegas every year until they get a team.
He likes the warm weather, my man Stephen.
Man, he likes his prostitutes probably.
But anyway, Trae Young, All-Star voting, right? Guards East, he was number 2. And he wasn't in the All-Star game. He wasn't selected until a couple people had some injuries. I feel like there isn't a perfect way.
Oh, he just got in.
He got in because people are injured.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, that is kind of blasphemous, right? Like to be second voting for the fans in terms of guards and not even get in.
Well, the thing about Trae Young, I don't understand, but nobody likes this guy. I don't get why people don't like him. Players don't like him. GMs don't like him. There's always some anonymous players saying he's overrated. Anonymous GMs saying they would never build a friend. Like so much slander against this guy. And I'm like, okay, if he was just a stat filler, right?
Right.
An empty calorie guy, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe there's some credence to that. This guy has single-handedly won multiple playoff series.
Yeah.
Like single-handedly. Like I don't see many people doing that. Like his brand of basketball, if you don't like it, I understand why. He chucks up a lot of shots. He is a ball hog to the T. Like if he is not dropping the dime, he's shooting the bucket. You know what I mean? Like I get that. But isn't literally how the game is played right now? Isn't that exactly how people play? You know, James Harden played like that for
I was about to
years.
say,
You know,
James Harden started that mold, but now this.
so it's like I don't know, something about Trae Young people must not like. There's something I don't understand. I'm not in the inside circles like that, but he was voted like absolute last by the players in the All-Star ballot, because you know the players have a certain stock in the in the voting. He was voted absolute last. People don't like him. I don't know what it is. I like the guy. I think he's got moxie. He definitely got heart, you know.
Yeah.
He does take some ill-advised shots, wild shots, but like dog, he's incredible passer, incredible scorer.
He's like 5'11" without eye-popping athleticism, even though he is super fast. I mean,
Super fast,
Like-
stops on a dime like
to put up
crazy.
the numbers he does at his size, and to
Yeah.
be one of the best passers in the league at his size. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the best passers in the league could like see over defenders, you know, Luka Jokic, even Harden. But yeah, I mean, I think his talent is underappreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I also heard he's not actually 5'11", even though he feels 5'11". I heard he's like a big 6'2", like he's a legit 6'2". That's,
Oh no!
but I don't think he's got long arms, so it might feel like a 5'11". I heard he's surprisingly bigger than you think.
No,
but he's
I would-
not. He's skinny, and
I
he
think I was
plays
exaggerating
small.
with the 5'11". I think he's 6 foot flat, but
No, I don't even think it's that. I heard he's legit like 6'2", legit. You know, like he's bigger than you think. Like dog, Van Fleet's 5'11", 6 feet, and he's bigger than Van Fleet. Even though he feels smaller, like he's bigger than Van Fleet. He's like, I heard he's like a legit 6'2", but you know, he's a doormat on defense. Like that's my least favorite part of his game. I watch him, and somebody comes to the basket, and he just stands away. He just pulls back and just lets them lay it
you
up.
know, it's been better this season though. There's more effort.
Okay, let's see. You know,
So I mean,
but
it's interesting because
are you trying to segue into All-Star snubs?
I mean, him and Sabonis were big ones, but now he's on.
Yeah. Oh, so Sabonis got on too. So I didn't
No. I don't think Sabonis got on.
Sabonis is the biggest snub.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
In a
like,
while.
like Trey definitely should have been on there as well too. But Sabonis is the biggest snub.
Yeah. I mean, we're not
Sabonis is legitimately, I think he's number 5 in the MVP rank right now.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I know he leads the league in rebounding. I know he's their hub. I know he's on a really good team. I know.
I'm pretty sure on the MVP ranking right now, like the radar, he's number 5.
I think Brunson might be number 5.
I think Brunson's like 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I think
he's one of the biggest snubs in a while, I think, Sabonis.
yeah, but it's like, dog, it's a popularity contest. No matter what they say it is, it's a popularity contest, bro.
I mean, that brings up a good conversation, though. Like, what should be the percentages, like fans, players, media, to make this right? I don't think there's any perfect way.
To pick the All-Stars.
AI? I'm just saying, like, it always seems like there's some huge snubs no matter how you cut it.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's the same way to picking the MVP. Like, dog, it's like, who is it based off of your team success? Is it based off of your individual success? Like should you be penalized?
What's
if you're
the
on a bad
criteria
team?
you're saying?
Yeah, it's like it's just tough. It's just you lose so much credence when the NBA, you go to the website and it has an MVP ladder, and you got number 5 is Domantas Sabonis, yet he's not considered one of the top 24 players in the NBA in terms of the All-Star voting. Like now the MVP ladder means nothing. It doesn't mean as much. You know what I mean? Like, how can someone be one of the most valuable players in the league, yet he can't make a top 24 roster? That's crazy. So, like, that's the only thing. I think we've gotten into this place where there's so much analytics, so many metrics, but like none of these things actually mean anything, because if you go by these things and then you exclude people based off of this, you say this is the metric, and then certain people get excluded. Well, this metric is now not invalidated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I feel bad for Sabonis because he's just not a sexy name. Nobody cares about Sabonis. Like, he puts up numbers so quietly. He's in a quiet market. Nobody cares about his game. Like, he's like
Yeah.
people forget what David Lee was doing at a certain point in his career.
I mean, David Lee was doing that on the Warriors and the Knicks, though.
I know. And like, he was also a guy who was snubbed All-Stars and stuff like that. And we're like, this guy's numbers are crazy. You know what I mean? Like, he was
tough.
putting
He was tough.
Bro,
He was tough.
people forget that
He had an
he was the
interesting
best
game.
player on Golden State when Steph was cooking at one point. So like, he got injured.
Yeah.
That's the only reason Draymond Green even exists is because David Lee got injured. You know? Draymond was like, he was like on his way out.
Yeah.
He's a bubble player. And then Lee got injured. He's got a spot. But like, David Lee was the man on the team. Steph Curry was cooking, but David Lee was the best player on the team. Like, people forget. So players like that, they just don't get love in the NBA, man. Like no disrespect, white players, man. Like, some white players that are quiet like that, have quiet games, they do get
But I told you this already.
some white players. But then other like that play like that. But white players that do black shit, that play black, they get a whole different type of love. You know what I mean? But understated white players like that, man, David Lee, you know, Gordon Hayward, man. People forget what Gordon.
It's OKC.
Yeah. Was he even playing this year? I haven't watched this.
He's
Charlotte
injured
game.
right now. Actually, I mean,
Bro, this man lives injured, bro.
Yeah, he got a calf issue. But he can help them. You know what's crazy about Gordon Hayward? We really don't know what he is right now. He could be great. He could be not so great. But we don't know.
He's still a smart player.
He hasn't played meaningful basketball in a long time. You never know. There's a chance he could go to OKC and maybe not be Utah Jazz Gordon Hayward, but he might be close to it and we wouldn't even know.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what they need. They need some more
100%.
firepower coming off the bench. Like, they're relying way too much on their
It's a good move.
Their top.
It's a good move.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know what it is salary wise, because I know that dude was getting a bag from.
Well, yeah, it's low risk because they can move off of him after this year.
Yeah, he was getting a crazy bag from Charlotte because Jordan bet the whole house on him. Jordan put down blackjack on him. Man, Gordon Hayward, and that's after the injury.
Yeah.
Remember, he was the man on Boston.
He wasn't the man. They had like 4 guys who were the man.
No, when he got there, he was the man. And then he got hurt, and then he never was the man. But
I'm saying in general though, they had like
when they traded for him, he was the man.
I mean, he's supposed to be the man.
He was supposed to be man. He
Yeah,
got hurt
he
like
got
his
injured.
second game or
I
something.
think it was the first game.
Oh, his first game, 7 minutes in.
So it was Kai, the 2 J's, and Gordon.
Yeah, but I mean, like as good as Kai was, like, I think Gordon was a top-rated player at that time going into it.
Yeah, but it never happened because of the
that's-
injury. That's a crazy. Who knows? Maybe they would have won a championship. I mean, you think?
Yeah, I mean, you think about if you had Utah Gordon Hayward, which is what the Celtics planned on having,
With his
Kai-
coach, that would get
with his coach,
be comfortable.
with his college coach,
yeah,
Kyrie, an emerging Tatum, Jaylen Brown on his way. No. A young Jaylen Brown, and then Tatum on his way. Yeah, you never know. They could have won that championship that the Bucks stole.
yeah.
You know,
Why do you feel the Brunson Tatum debate is so ridiculous?
because Brunson's been doing it for 47 games, fam. Like I get it. Brunson is really playing well this season, right? But it's a whole nother level when the whole world sees you coming. Like, they're afraid of you and they can't stop you. You know what I mean? Like Brunson is great, but I still think, even to this day, what he's doing right now, he's still getting underappreciated.
Yeah.
So when people underappreciate you, they also don't take you as seriously. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you go to the court, right, and you know this, oh man, this dude's pulling up to the court, bro. Frank Nitti gonna be in the court today, yo. He playing, yo. You gotta be ready for him. And then you know some other dude that's like, he's solid. You don't take him as seriously as you take this other person. People are still treating, even though they shouldn't be, they're still treating Jalen Brunson like a guy. He's like, yeah, he's good, but like, he's not the top guy on a championship team. Like, okay, yeah, he's good. So he don't get that same type of treatment. By the time he starts cooking and everyone sees him coming and is prepared for him, and he's cooking people for multiple seasons.
I don't know. They're throwing a lot of doubles at him.
Of course they're throwing doubles at him, but at the same time, like, it's still you haven't done it for, like, you haven't planned out an entire season for this dude. You know what I mean?
Who would you rather have in crunch time?
Crunch time?
Brunson gets better as the pressure builds.
I mean, Tatum's not bad in the pressure.
I never said bad. I never said bad. He's just, I mean, we've seen him in the finals a few times, but besides that, he's just, there's been times he hasn't been
Tatum's
great.
just a better player. He's like Tatum is a better player right now. Right now, he just is. I'm not saying Jalen Brunson could be playing better right now, right? But Tatum is a better player. Like, it's just, I don't even think it's an argument. Like,
Brunson right now is higher on the MVP ladder.
I understand he could be playing better right now. Like, right now, what the Celtics are doing, I mean, what the Knicks are doing is great. Like, they're third seed right
Brunson
now.
Could do more with less.
Nah, you crazy, bro.
So you put Tatum on the Knicks. They're better now?
Yes. Like, yes. Like, I mean, dog, Brunson's nice. I'm telling you, like, I'm not taking anything away from Brunson. Tatum is a better player, bro.
He doesn't bring that leadership, that grit, that efficiency in the crunch time.
Bro, but the thing is that you're talking about Jalen Brunson like he's been doing this for 4 or 5 years.
So right
like
now,
so
SGA's better than Tatum right now.
But
He's just better.
Okay. This season,
I don't care how long.
I can't. No. I can't. Dog. At the end of it, so if you're telling me, if it like you playing pickup with a dude, right? That you know his game,
okay.
Whatever you play. Let's say you're playing in a league with somebody, right?
Okay.
And he cooks and goes for 50, 2-3 games in a row, but you know he's a 15-point game scorer. Like, are you going to say that, oh, now he's better than this guy that's been scoring 23, 24 for 4 or 5 seasons? Like, dog, I get it. Yo, what he's doing.
A bit of a sample size with Brunson now. Like, when Luka was out, he was putting up ridiculous numbers. Last year with the Knicks, all NBA level. This year, MVP level. Like, there's a sample size now with Brunson.
I get it, but at the same time, like, he's got a playoffs. Like, this is the first time in his life, right, going into the playoffs where he's got legitimate expectations. That's a whole different type of energy.
It just got better today, too, with the trades.
I understand.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't deliver, he's going to have to deal with that media pressure, that real pressure. He was playing with house money last season.
I think he did. I think he's going to deal with it well.
I'm not saying he will or will not, but this is his first time being tested.
Yeah.
So you got to let him go through that and prove it, and then we can start having those conversations.
Yeah.
Because Tatum has had that. Granted, he hasn't won the championship, but the man's been to 2 finals. You know what I mean?
He has a lot more around him than Brunson does.
I agree, but at the same time, he's done what he needs to do to get his team to the finals.
He has a good resume.
Yeah, he's got a great resume. Yeah. And he's still young. He's what, 26, 27?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, he's still got plenty of time.
I think when you're thinking about toughness, leadership, ability in the crunch time, when the pressure builds, he gets better.
Fam, y'all are talking about this dude like he's been doing this forever. He's done it in the regular season. Like, and as a little bit in the playoffs last year. But, like, dog, like what happens when your team goes down 3-1?
We don't know, bro. We don't know none of this.
Like, that's the thing. Nobody knows. That's why y'all saying this shit is crazy right now.
But anyway, we've seen Tatum fold.
When did you see Tatum fold?
Finals.
The finals against Who they lose to? Who the hell did they lose to? Denver?
No, he lost.
Who they lose to? Who won from the Western Conference
Bucks?
the other day?
No, that's East.
That's Eastern Finals. Yeah. Bro, I remember he had a couple tough playoff finals games, right? But then he had some other ones where I think he had like 40 something. You know what I mean? Like, that's Tatum's game though. Tatum has, like, I'll give you this, right? Jalen Brunson has a much more consistent game. Like,
So do a lot of players.
yeah, with Jalen Brunson, when you're a crafty player, it's not about like, it's about figuring out how to be effective. Jalen Brunson's a great player at figuring out how to be effective. Jason Tatum has a bag of moves.
And he hunts tough shots.
And if his bag of moves ain't working, he gonna give you 12 points. Like, that's what I've always I'm not even a Tatum fan. I'm just defending him because I think this is a blasphemous comparison, right? But Tatum's the type of dude, if he's on, he'll give you 40, 50. If he's off, he might give you 12, 14. You know what I mean? And he might not even shoot that many shots because you figure out what his repetition is, what his behavioral patterns are, and you take that away from him. Brunson's the type of guy that if you take this away from him, he can beat you this way, right? He's a much more resourceful scorer, right? So that might come to fruition in the playoffs, but he got to prove himself, fam. He got to prove himself. Like, yeah, he did his thing last year, but like nobody was expecting that last year. Nobody was.
Yeah.
Nobody was. Everybody's expecting it this year. People are like they're going to have an entire defense is set to shut this dude down. And if he goes on a tear, okay, you can start. Yeah, I can start going on that path. But like, you could say the same thing about IT. Who's better player, IT or Brunson? Like prime IT.
Brunson. IT's might be a better scorer. Brunson a better player.
You forget what IT was doing.
No, he was tough.
MVP candidate. He was an MVP candidate.
But compared to Brunson, he was a one-trick pony. He was like a scorer. Like Brunson game manages a little bit. He's a big-time leader, and he could score as well with the best of them.
Okay. You know, I mean, well, you know, I'm not saying
Like
he was
Randall-
better or not,
like
but like it's a comparison. And IT was at the top of the world he got hurt, but like at the end of the day, when IT got to the playoffs, it was a tougher situation for him. You know what I mean? Like he was cooking in the regular season. So I'm not saying that Brunson is gonna struggle. I'm saying that like he just hasn't done it enough for me to just say, oh, he's better than Tatum or he's better than these other people. You know, like same with Tyrese Halliburton. Like, it's just like people are saying, oh, he's better than this. But I'm like, bro, relax. This dude just got good. It's been 45, 50 games. Y'all gotta relax.
You don't like Halliburton.
It's not that I don't like Halliburton. It's like, bro, this is what we do in the NBA culture. We love to see the next man up. We love to praise that motherfucker and then put him on a pedestal. And then as soon as he has 2 to 3 playoff losses in a row, we love to rip these motherfuckers to shreds. But we love to wish cast on people. You know, we feel underappreciated by certain people who've been doing it for 4, 5, 6 years that haven't climbed the mountaintop. And then these new people that are coming in, we want to say that they're better than this person because we're wishing something upon them, you know? Like, they're going to do the same thing. Like everybody loves Shea right now. Everybody loves Ant right now. Those dudes turn 28, 29. They have no chips under their belt. People going to be dragging them. You know, no matter what they're doing, no matter how well they're playing, they're going to be dragging them. It happened to every player. They dragged Jordan until he won at 27. They dragged LeBron until he won at 28. They dragged Kobe after Shaq until he won again at 30. You know, like, it's just what people do until they're doing that to Jokic. They're discrediting his MVPs because Oh, bro, his numbers are video game like, but it doesn't matter. It shows that the
were.
NBA, yeah, like it
They were
showed.
doing that, bro.
Yeah, they were discrediting this motherfucker for so long. Oh, he didn't deserve
Yo,
those
it's
MVPs.
funny, man. I
And
saw-
then as soon as he won it, the moment he won it, best player in the world. That's the best player in the
Bro.
world, bro.
Bro, yeah, no, I was not to toot my own horn. I was saying that Jokic was better than Embiid the whole time before that, but there was people who were doing that stat shit, and then after that, they were like, they were doing some funny shit, and then after that, they were like, yeah, Jokic best player in the world.
Yeah, everybody was. That's
saw
what
that
they do.
shit.
They drag you until you get to the mountaintop. So it's like all of the, but like when you're on the come up, they don't give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, like they overvalue you when you're on the come up. People want to see this person be so great. You know, like remember how everybody was talking about LaMelo? Now nobody cares about LaMelo. You know what I mean? Like he's just losing games. You know, he's putting up the best numbers of his career right here, right now. Silently, nobody knows. You know what I mean? He's like his numbers are fucking crazy this year. Like putting up incredible numbers. Yeah, they're losing, but at the same time, nobody cares. You know. But when he was on his come up, oh my God, this guy's the next player. He's gonna be this. Like, so they drag people, man. Like the media, all they do is like they create narratives. We do it too. I'm part of the media. We create these narratives, and just so we can have interesting things to talk about. But I feel bad for players in the process, you know. But it's the nature of the beast. You got to be used to it, and you know, I think that only the strong ones like tough it out and they prove people wrong. You know what I mean? Like that's what you got to do. You got to, you know, Jokic did it. Now he is forever cemented. Like even if he never went, like same with Dirk. They dragged Dirk forever. Remember all the Dallas teams that were like number one every single year. And then they lost to that Golden State Warriors team with Baron Davis and shit like that. They dragged Dirk, fam. Now everyone's like, Dirk's one of the best. Is Dirk better than KG? Is Dirk one of the best power forwards of all time because he won that championship?
Nah, that championship was big for him.
I'm huge, dog. Big for him, but big for any NBA player because, dog, he was one of the few NBA players to win a championship without a Hall of Famer on his team. You know what I mean? Besides Jason Kidd, but like Jason Kidd was like tail end of his career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, that's a huge championship in an era of super teams ish, you know. So, yeah,
You hear people talking about how they should. It's ridiculous, man. People are saying they should shut Joel Embiid down. We don't even
for the year, like up the regular of the postseason too.
Man.
Oh, nah. This is their chance. This is their.
They got Buddy Hield now. They just signed Buddy Hield.
Now, Buddy Hield is actually a great pickup for them.
100%.
They're one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league, and
They need to get threes up. Period. And
yeah,
do that. You know.
Yeah. So.
But there's no way you should shut this guy down. He's having an MVP season. Meniscus. I've had meniscus surgery, 6 to 8 weeks. You come back, you got to play, bro.
Has he had the surgery yet? I know they were trying to do it as fast as possible, right?
Yeah, they're probably done. They probably didn't announce it.
I mean, like a meniscus is. You're right. I have never had a meniscus, so I don't know. And I hear people talk about it. It's like a 6 to 8 week timetable. It's also a different situation for a guy who's chronically had knee injuries, who's also 7 foot.
He will always have those.
Yeah, 7 foot.
So you're gonna
7
wait till
foot.
next year. He still has that history.
I'm not saying they should wait till next year, but like, you know, to like say that that's the timetable for a guy that big who has had really, really bad knees.
You know what's crazy
his whole
though?
career.
Like they were saying he shouldn't have been playing that game, but Kuminga landed straight on his knee. It doesn't matter. Like that's a freak accident. That
Bro,
has nothing
we
to do with
can't-
what
we
he had
can't-
prior. Hey, you know what I was thinking though that nobody talked about? Bro, what if that was Draymond instead of Kuminga? What would have been the conversation?
Oh my God, bro, it would have been crazy. But at the end of the day, it's like that's the narrative that Draymond has created. I
Now,
never was.
What do you think the conversation would have been?
Yeah, he would have been out of the league. They would have kicked him out. Dave,
But nobody thinks twice when it's Kuminga, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down to. Like you know, like criminals that have done past crimes, they don't get the benefit of the doubt. That's just how it is. The judge goes, "Oh, you already got a rap sheet. Oh, you're doing 25 to life."
Yeah.
But when it's a white guy who does some credit card fraud or some company embezzlement and whatnot, he's never done it before, they go, you know what? You know, you apologize. We're gonna let you go, right? You do some community service. Well, that's how it is. Like, and Kuminga's a nice guy. He's a young, up and coming, rising star people like. And in like the thing about Draymond is like, even if it was a complete accident for Draymond, right? Because of his rap sheet, because of his rap sheet, people gonna think he did it intentionally.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the injury. Like, if you're a nice guy, even if Kuminga did it intentionally, they're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh, that was an accident. Kuminga's not that type of dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the world we live in, man. You know, like, like perception is everything these days, and we, with the media, with the way media is absorbed, you can create a narrative for yourself in specific ways, and it sticks, bro. You know, there's a lot of people I know on social media. I see them, what their social media persona is, and I go, man, y'all don't really know this motherfucker, bro. This motherfucker ain't got it like this. But he's doing everything, or she's doing everything they can do to make them look a certain way. And because of that, they're benefiting off of it, you know? Or there's certain people on the opposite end of the spectrum. You look at them like, yo, this dude's like, he says all this fucked up shit or whatever. He has these strong opinions, or I don't like him, he's snobby. And then you go home, you don't know this guy is doing charity work. You don't know what he does with his family, takes care of his loved ones, donates, church going person. You have no clue, you know? You really don't know about people. So yeah.
Yo, front office of the year, New York Knicks, Alec Burks, Bojan. They had to give up no first round picks.
What you call him? Bojan?
Bojan Bogdanovic.
Is it Bojan?
Look at it. That's how it's spelled.
Bojan?
Bojan.
Yo,
but anyway,
that's true New Yorker right here. We butcher some European's name. Remember Tingus Pingus? Tingus Pingus. Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus?
Oh, that was Michael Rappaport.
I know, that was Michael Rappaport.
That was hilarious.
Pingus.
No first round picks. You remember all the fake Lakers bogey trades? They used to have like 2 first round picks. The Lakers will get Bogdanovich. Knicks didn't even need 1. Front office of the year, man.
Well, I mean, it's a combination of front office of the year versus combination of the worst front office of the year with Detroit. Like, they have no clue what they're doing. I don't know what the hell that, like, I don't know what the fuck they ended up doing with what's his name? What's the kid's name that just got waived?
Killian Hayes. They couldn't find nothing for young Killian.
Nobody for Killian, so they just waived him. He demanded a trade.
He did say he wanted to change the scenery, and they gave him a change of scenery.
They definitely gave him a change of scenery. China, brother. Like,
you think it's over for him?
Man, I don't know who would take, like, I don't know. I think it might be over for him now. He might get a chance later on in his career. But man, he has a bad sample size in Detroit. He has a bad show. He's got bad tape. Like if you're going to pick up Killian, he got bad tape, fam. If you're going to pick up Killian Hayes today, you're picking him up off of what he did in high school. You're picking up his high school takes.
No, he's from overseas, bro. There is no high school.
Or whatever he did before he got to the league, bro. Like whatever he's from, where? He's from Australia or France, right? Yeah. Whatever he did overseas, bro. Like, that's what you pick. That's what you get. Like, you were picking him up from that.
They were comparing him to James Harden.
Holy Lord, bro. Dog, what I remember watching him last season and the season before on Detroit. And I just, like, I've rarely watched an NBA player play and been like, this dude doesn't belong there. He just doesn't belong there.
With all due respect to Kevin O'Connor, he had him number 1 on the big board.
Oh my goodness gracious, bro! I've called my fair share of players trash in my life, but every single trash player I've ever called, I was like, they deserve to be there. He is the only player I have watched him enough times to be like, this dude this dude don't belong there.
I forgot.
What's up? What's up with some of these French players, bro?
Oh, Frank.
What happened to Frank? Remember
He's
Frank?
in the league still. I just can't.
Nah.
He's in
I
the
don't
league,
think,
bro. He's in the league. I just saw him play somewhere. I don't know what team. No, my man is in the league,
bro.
My man is in the A. My man
Bro, what's up with that French league? That French league is bamboozling motherfuckers, bro.
Well, Wemby's him.
What be 7'8", nigga? What the bro? What be 7'11", fam? What you talking about? Like that's a can't miss. Rudy talking about being.
We haven't had bus 7 foot bus.
Nah, Rudy ain't a Rudy's gonna be a Hall of Famer,
I
bro.
feel like 7 footers don't bust like they used to. Like you got to get through your fair share of testing as a 7 footer now.
Yeah, bro. Like, dog.
Dude, let me see.
Yo, you hear that story about speaking of bus? You hear that story about Greg Oden that Brandon Roy said?
Nah, tell me.
Brandon Roy was like, dog, like people talk shit about Greg Oden. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. He said, I remember.
He's on the Charlotte Hornets. Frankie. Go ahead, though.
Burn the whole roster, bro. That Charlotte Hornets team is just. Anyways,
Yeah.
But he goes, I remember when Greg Oden came in, right? And we had just lost a couple playoff runs. You know what I mean?
Who said this again?
Brandon Roy. He's like, I remember when Greg Oden came, his first practice. Dog, he's like, he absolutely dominated everyone. He was unguardable. His footwork, his strength, his defense. He was like, he's like, immediately he thought he was going to win a championship the next season. He's like, nobody can guard this dude. This guy is incredible. And he was great. It just couldn't stay injured. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
He's just constantly injured. But like, he wasn't a bust. He was a no, but like he didn't say anything about KD, but he was like, he deserved to be the number 1 pick. He was that good. So
Sam Bowie, same thing. Sam Bowie was nice. He just injury riddled.
Yeah.
And he came back and was solid. You know?
bro, it's hard, bro, to be 7 feet and move. It's hard. I mean,
I don't know.
It's like the thing about it is like
I never had that
you
experience.
could if you play like, you know, a shorter season, I think 7 footers could last. It's an anomaly, bro. 82 games is crazy on your body.
Yeah, it's tough.
For a 6'2" person, let alone a 7'2" person. You know? Like, it's just hard work, bro. And like,
If you're playing a lot, that's tough.
I mean, look, God, think about all these 7 footers that just could never stay healthy, bro. Like, I mean, think about Yao Ming would have been a dominant player if he could stay healthy. You know, like you got to give credit to dudes like that are 7 feet that are never injured. Like Shaq was fucking an anomaly, bro. And this dude didn't work out. So, like, if he actually took care of his body, man, what that dude could have been. He should have been. Shaq should be like literally head and shoulders better than any other player to ever play the game.
Shaq?
Yeah.
I mean, he got close enough, right? Top 10.
I understand.
Yeah.
That was coasting top 10. If Shaq had Kobe Bryant type work ethic or LeBron James type work ethic and mentality,
He might have broke down faster with that type of work ethic.
possibly, but at the same time, like it might have, but it also could have been he could have played twice as long.
Yeah.
He could have played longer. You know what I mean? Like towards the end of his career, it didn't work out. Dog, this dude broke his foot or something like that. And at the end of the playoffs when they lost,
Yeah.
and then he was supposed to get surgery, and he was like, "Fuck that." He told him he's supposed to get surgery in the offseason so he could be ready. He said his direct quote was, "I got hurt on company time. I get surgery on company time." He took the whole summer off, bro. Chilled.
Scotty did some shit like that.
Yeah,
right?
worked out. I mean, didn't work out, didn't touch a rock, partied all summer, then came to training camp, was like, I need surgery on my foot, and missed the first, 40, 50 games, 30, 40, 50 games, 30, 40 games this season. And that was their 2004 season when they ended up losing to
Irresponsible.
Detroit.
It's irresponsible, my man, Shaq.
Hey, man. I mean, Shaq says he has no regrets. He said his only regret is not working hard enough to get the scoring, get past Wilt in scoring. That's his only regret.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he
Because
does,
he said if he had gotten past Wilt, then it wouldn't be an argument. He'd be one of the best centers of all time, even though he still is.
Any other trade takeaways before we get out of here? It wasn't that splashy, man.
It's never that splashy. It's like we haven't had like a crazy like.
I mean, KD was recent, right? I mean, we've had some crazy trades. I mean, the whole Brooklyn thing wasn't that long
Well,
ago.
I mean, like during the trade deadline, like
Clippers
when,
thing, the Clippers,
like I'm talking about like the anticipated trade deadline trades. The KD thing is like, bitch, I'm out. Trade me. Like that's that like yeah, that's exciting, but that's not like, oh, it's a trade deadline thing. It's like I want out. Like I demand a trade, you know? And what's the owner the Brooklyn Nets? What's his name? I'm not the owner, the GM. What's his name?
Oh, Australian dude.
Yeah.
Marks.
Yeah, Marks is like,
Bob, yeah.
I want these guys gone. Like he didn't want to deal with that shit. He didn't want to deal with like he didn't want to struggle at all. He was just like all three of them. He was like, y'all can get the fuck out.
Probably saved his job because when you have those guys, you have expectations too.
Yeah, those guys, man. I still can't believe this motherfucker squandered that shit. We haven't talked about the Clippers.
Next episode.
All right, man.
You got some shit to say, huh?
I can't say nothing.
That's a fact.
I can't say nothing,
Because
bro.
we pull up the receipts.
Those motherfuckers, man, they look crazy right now.
I pulled up a clip.
Kawhi Jordan.
I pulled up a clip of the Clippers, but I don't include you, because I'm trying to, I'm trying to protect you because you look crazy. No, I'm just.
I mean, but we're gonna see in the playoffs, man. Watch, we'll see in the playoffs. That's all I gotta say. Kawhi's gonna play game 1 of the playoffs, and then he's gonna be out for the rest of the playoffs. He's gonna cook game 1 too. He's gonna cook, walk off the court perfectly healthy, and then there's gonna be breaking news: Kawhi's out the rest of the playoffs. That's the most Kawhi shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, and missed the whole year in the new arena.
Exactly.
That'd be sad.
That's Kawhi. Yo, that's Kawhi, bro.
That'd be sad.
He gonna cook to that first game too. He's gonna tease us all.
They'd be crazy. They could win a championship. Oh, they can't beat Denver. I don't even think they could beat Denver full healthy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next episode.
Because you could throw Aaron Gordon at him. Yeah, we'll throw him next episode. All right, we're out of here.
Yep.